What's up, guys? This is Adam from esportsheaven.com, and I'm here with Evil Genius's ChrisG, fresh off his top 8 at Marvel vs. Capcom 3. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, even though the finals were at 8 a.m., now I got the whole day to enjoy myself. I got second. I put in work, and good stuff to Ryan LV, man. Too good.
All right, so obviously the main thing that everyone wants to hear about is how you managed to take off those 2 games of Ryan LV, because apparently he didn't drop any games the entire tournament. So tell me a little bit about your winner's set and your grand final set, because I think that's what most people want to hear about.
My winner's set, I guess I was getting a little too impatient. Whenever I would hit him, I kept messing up. I was letting his character survive. I was letting him get the raw tags in when Chun-Li was low. And I kept running into attacks, and I realized, I've always known that that's not how I'm supposed to fight him, but I guess in the moment, I just decided to make stupid decisions, and he pulled it. He pulled it out. In grand finals, I was doing a lot better, but of course he got the first 2 games. The next 2 games, I started tightening up a little bit, and I remember the 4th game, it was he had Dark Phoenix, and he was trying to make the comeback, obviously, and he messed up, and then I guess he was expecting the teleport, but I didn't, because he threw out the super and I jumped over, and then the last game, I had him at the beginning, and then I started thinking, I was like, maybe he's not gonna guess the TAC, and I went for it, still got it. It sucked, but at the end, when I had turned him Dark Phoenix, I actually thought I had it there, and I had activated swords, But when I backdashed and I jumped, I guess I must have mistimed it, frame perfect, something, whatever. But I got hit by the explosion, and it was over. I was like, Jesus Christ, man! And of course, Virgil died. Doom died right afterwards.
And, you're the defending champion from last year. What many people felt was the win that you deserved for so long. Was this a really, really hard loss for you? Not defending your championship and getting the final Marvel title, or you're okay. You did your thing and you're happy with that.
Oh no, I'm 100% happy with how I did. It's crazy. I was doubting myself a little more than I should have. I've been putting a lot of work in Street Fighter. And, I got top 32. Didn't get to, make top 8. But when I went back to Marvel, sometimes you just, realize, how good you are, how good you're supposed to be. And, I just played. I took it 1 game at a time. I made top 8 winners. And I realized, then and there that there's no one that can really beat me. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I feel like with the competition there, there's no reason I shouldn't make grand finals. The same thing with Ryan LV. He plays perfectly. He only really loses, to his errors. The same thing with me. It's just in winners and grand finals, you kind of just saw who made more errors. Who played more solid. It is what it is. I'm happy. I got second, and I've been top 8. Was it 4 or 5 times now? This is my second time second. So I'm just glad I could be as consistent. That's the more important thing.
And there was kind of a bit of controversy with the Marvel tournament this year. Things with sound, and people weren't too happy about that. I was going to ask, what are your thoughts on that on Marvel this year?
Damn, I hate to be the guy that says it, but I kind of have to be the guy that says it. Okay. It was a big blow up. It was a big blow up. I guess you could even say it started with having to be voted in, but yeah, the sound issues were big. When I went to the stream station and I had to fight Priest, I couldn't hear the right side of the screen. So while I'm player 1, I can't hear his side. So almost every game he actually hit me. He technically could have and should have beat me. he had called missiles at the start of every round, and I got hit every single time. I didn't even know he had missiles, and yeah, it was bad. Along with, of course, there's never any borders or boundaries with people, and everyone's literally like this close to you while you're playing. And then of course the controller issues, stick issues. I actually had to get my stick fixed, and a lot of people's sticks weren't working on certain PS4s. It was pretty bad.
Clearly not the best one for Marvel, but you had a very, very historic career in Marvel 3. This is the final Marvel at EVO for Marvel 3. How are you feeling overall about your career in this game as Marvel Infinite comes upon us? Do you have any regrets or anything like that? I know you weren't always the most liked, especially with your characters, but looking back on it, how are you feeling about your legacy, and do you think there's anything else that you want to achieve?
Well, I mean, a lot of people say it. I guess I have solidified myself as arguably the best Marvel 3 player, and it's a good honor to have. And I've been playing this game since it came out, including vanilla, and no regrets, of course. Like I said, I made EVO top 8, this many times. I've seen that stage this many times, so I'm just glad I was able to make the stage the final time. So. On to the future, man. Marvel Infinite.
Exactly. Now, before we get into the future, I know you entered a whole bunch of other games. You mentioned Street Fighter. Just walk me through a little bit about your other matches at EVO.
Okay. I entered Street Fighter and Injustice. In Injustice, I made it out of my pools, and then I didn't like the way I was playing, and I decided that I should focus on the more important things. Like, if I can make top 8 in Injustice, which I can, but I just felt like maybe I should focus more on, Marvel and Street Fighter, which I've been putting a lot of work in. So I DQ'd myself. And then Street Fighter, I made out of my pools and winners. I beat a few more people, second set of pools. I played Wolf Crone. And it came down to the end, final game. We double KO'd each other. Whoa. And then the final round, he did the V skill overhead. He did 2 of them. I blocked both of them, and I didn't punish him to kill him, both times in a row. So, I was feeling bad after that loss, but I kept my composure. I made top 32, and then I fought. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it, Machubu, the Guilty Gear player. He had just beat Gamer B, and I was doing really good. I won the first game, feeling really confident. And then third game, I had him down literally no life, and I had about 50% life. And I kept trying to hit him. He has V trigger Nakali. It's the scariest thing on the planet. And then he got one jumping. And then literally my entire life disappeared. And I kind of just sat there because I'm like, of course he's gonna jump, but it's good stuff to him. I could have maybe potentially made top 16, made top 8. I was playing really good, so I'm not really mad at how I played. Just glad I could show people, just how good I can be in Street Fighter.
Looking to the future, there's obviously a lot of games that are coming out or even out right now. And what with the controversy with Street Fighter 5 and things like that, what are you going to be focused on the future? What games are you going to be putting your all in?
Pretty much. Street Fighter will be on the back burner pretty much now until Season 3, which and it sucks to say that because, I've always played Street Fighter. Right. I just feel like again, the direction where they're going is not really to my liking. And, of course, a lot of people agree with that. So I think it's better to just wait for September. Actually, I think at this point I am qualified for Capcom Cup. I think I have over 650 points at this point. So I guess playing Capcom Cup. But obviously, other than that, Marvel Infinite, of course. I'm gonna play more again. I'm going to do my thing again. And then everyone's favorite, Dragon Ball Z comes out next year. It's supposed to be the next great thing. And, I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to seeing you in all those other games. And, I think that's all we got today. Thank you so much for the interview. Are there any shout-outs you want to give? Words you want to say to the fans? How can the fans follow you?
You already know, ChrisG. I'm pretty much every format. Other than that, see me on my stream, ChrisG. Shout outs to Evil Geniuses, of course, for giving me this, opportunity. Shout outs to Angie over there. Probably can't see her, or maybe you can. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, shout outs to everybody. Keep playing. Might be the best one day.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to esportsheaven.com for more coverage of EVO 2017. We'll see you guys.